Activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore has declared October 20th as the date for a protest march to demand the release of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. He made this known on Thursday on his X handle, and according to him, the protest, which will start by 7 a.m., will be a historic march to the Aso Rock Villa in Abuja, while assuring that it will be conducted peacefully and legally to demand the release of the IPOB leader, urging all Southeast governors, religious leaders, lawmakers, traditional rulers to join the demonstration. According to him, I have tried reaching out personally to Dr. Alex Oti, Professor Charles Soludo, and Mr. Peter Obi through his team. Alex Oti and Soludo neither took my calls nor responded to my messages. They promised to tell Mr. Peter Obi about our plans, although he is currently traveling. I also reached out to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar through his team, while Senator Abaribe said he would return my call. I spoke with Obinna Agwocha of the House of Representatives. He was receptive and encouraging. On Thursday, former presidential candidate and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar tweeted this: "The continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains an open sore on our nation's conscience and a stain on our belief in the rule of law. Defying court orders that granted him bail is an abuse of power and an assault on justice. I therefore lend my voice in full support of the campaign led by Omoyele Sowore for his immediate release or due prosecution. We fail as patriots if we allow Kanu's case to fester as yet another wound this nation refuses to heal." Now recall that Kanu has been in DSS custody since his rearrest in 2021 after his controversial extradition from Kenya. Despite multiple court rulings saying, "Hey, you have to release this guy," the federal government is yet to do so, which is drawing a lot of condemnation from rights groups and political leaders. He faces charges bordering on terrorism, treasonable felony, and incitement filed by the federal government before the Federal High Court in Abuja. However, he has consistently pled not guilty to all counts. In October 2022, the Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted him of all charges, ruling that his extradition to Nigeria violated international laws. So on Friday, Sowore posted on Facebook that he met with former President Goodluck Jonathan in Abuja to discuss the continued incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and President Jonathan agreed that there is an urgent and compelling need to address this matter decisively and justly. Now, particularly assuring was that he promised to meet President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to discuss the issue as soon as possible. With this, former President Goodluck Jonathan joins a growing list of Nigerians who have called for justice in Nnamdi Kanu's case. This list includes ex-Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Femi Falana, SAN, Senator Shehu Sani, and many others across political and regional divides. But here comes another revelation. On Thursday, Sowore posted on Facebook that the presidency is using the DSS to contact and threaten politicians from the Southeast. About what? Warning them not to endorse the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu Now movement or participate in hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu Now, which is the planned march to Aso Rock Villa. Now, according to him, he said they've contacted some names mentioned in my postings to gaslight them, claiming the protest was to foment chaos and violence. They are terrified. However, we move forward and cannot be stopped. In the words of Femi Falana, this is clearly a
political case. Yeah, and if you have a situation where some governments are negotiating with bandits or the criminal elements, I mean, there can be no basis for not having that matter resolved politically.